You have interfered with our affairs for the last time.
Sinatra.
I am literally in the air right now, wrapping up a stewardess. First class, I am so new at this. Used to ride a metro, let us hit this retro.
Third time's a charm, baby, because this video has taken me 5,000 years to make because I cannot figure out audio settings that actually work correctly, so yeah. I want to take this quick moment, guys, to sit here and say thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome, my name is Rasp. We do Call of Duty cutcoms here. Just want to put out that it's just not going to be that. It's going to be me talking about a lot of video games, probably, and other stuff, like, for instance, horror games, stuff like that in general, so, yeah. Before we dive into skill-based matchmaking, I'm going to sit here and show you this clip here. This is from Activision just a couple weeks ago, and it was basically their, I guess, press conference thing. Whatever, just watch the clip so you have some context at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the things we really want to do with this game is we want to get new players in the game, and we want them to kind of like, we don't want them to just get punched in the mouth over and over again until they leave. We want a healthy ecosystem. We want a lot of players in and having fun, and that's a big focus for us. It's a big focus for us in weapon design. It's a big focus for us in level design. Our weapons are a bit more lethal than they were in the Black Ops, the recent more Black Ops, and that helps a lower skilled player get a kill when they otherwise wouldn't, have some success, and then feel like now there's a desire to get better and to get another kill. Our maps are a little bit more porous, and we want those players to have a safe place to take their time, to learn how to turn and move and then shoot, put those pieces together, and then they see someone and be like, oh, okay, now I can do this. So yeah, it's a big focus for us. But
that approach that you're describing there isn't going to come at the expense of the hardcore players, right?
That's not the plan, right? But we want to make sure that we don't want someone who's, how to say this, lower skill to have a bad experience. We want someone who's higher skill to have a bad experience. And so we have to make choices in how we matchmake for that. And that's something that we put more focus on this game than we have in other games.
So from that clip right there, guys, it basically just sits there and says that Activision doesn't really care about any of the old school players, because that's how I'm going to take it, and that's how it looks like. Now, for all you guys that are new players to Call of Duty, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, you're never going to enjoy, you're never going to sit there and experience how Call of Duty should be experienced with skill-based matchmaking. Is probably one of the worst things added to a multiplayer game, unless it is in ranked. Actually, I do lie. There should be some kind of skill-based matchmaking, but not to the extent it is in Modern Warfare. I mean, for example, there's been skill-based matchmaking in a lot of Call of Duty games. It's been every one of them. It's just this game has been the most strict. And that's because Activision wants to be noob-friendly. Activision wanted all the multiplayer maps to be noob-friendly. All the weapons in the game to be noob-friendly. And I'm not upset with the new-gen players. I'm really upset with just Activision. Because they basically control a lot of the things they can put in the game basically at launch. Or they finalize what goes in the game, basically. What the hell's the Spawns game? Now, I dislike this Call of Duty game. I think it's one of the worst Call of Duty games ever made because of the reasons why. Well, they just sit there and said that's probably one of the reasons. The maps are horrible. The remakes they have for all the maps are terrible. But the one that tops it off is the topic of this video is skill-based matchmaking. I probably have 5 days on this game in total, and I play against sweats. I really do. I've always played this game religiously. I have 100 days on Black Ops 2 alone, for Pete's sakes. I love COD. This game, not so much. They've made skill-based matchmaking so tight that you play against little sweats every game you get on this game, even if you play casual now. It's really annoying. For instance, World War II had skill-based matchmaking, but it was not as strong as this. And how skill-based matchmaking works is basically it takes your score per minute, your kill-death ratio, a lot of statistics like that to put you in a lobby against other people with those roughly the same skills. Or stats, sorry. Get that out of the way. Now let's talk about Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare skill-based matchmaking isn't just, hey, let's sit here and throw 3 players that are like that against each other on opposite teams or whatever. They literally put the whole lobby like that, or people who are roughly better than you or not as good as you. Now the problem with this game is that that's the fact that that's the thing. It's the thing that it's so strict that way. It's like, here's your skill level. They're either going to be a tad bit better or a tad bit worse than you. It's not going to be they're this better or this worse than you. And usually in old Call of Duty games, that's how it was, from what I think. Now, with the new gen consoles, skill-based matchmaking has been completely changed forever. With the old gen consoles, we had skill-based matchmaking still. It's probably tight as all get out. Or it may not have been. I didn't think it was, really. But the difference between new gen consoles and old gen consoles, the new gen consoles have dedicated servers, old gen did not. So the priority for making matches in Call of Duty was based off a peer-to-peer host, which is basically how we had connections to games. Basically, I was the host of a lobby, and somebody had a peer-to-peer connection that was good to mine. It's basically how how they worked. Skill-based matchmaking kind of was in effect, but not to the point, because it wasn't the main dominant thing that made matches. It was the peer-to-peer hosts. That's why we had migrations of hosts and stuff. That's why the old lobbies from old gen consoles weren't so sweaty, in my opinion. Next gen consoles, different story. In my opinion, Activision, the next Call of Duty they have that comes out, they need to change it. It's seriously killing it for old school COD players. And if they don't care about the old school COD players, then that just tells me that Activision only cares about is money at the end of the day. Usually they do. They've been pretty good with doing some changes to this Call of Duty to change that, but at the end of the day, all they care is about their agenda, not the communities. It's just facts. And that's why I have like 6 days on this game alone. I also like to hear what you guys think about this, because it's ridiculous in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Now, I do want to state that Warzone, I have no clue if there is skill-based matchmaking in Warzone. I don't think there is, but there might be. But I really don't think there is. If there is, it's pretty dumb. We got some all of the video today. It's been your boy Rasp. Again, thank you guys so much for the support recently on the videos, and hopefully we can get this video to be pretty good as well, because that'd be sick. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.